All right, guys. This is game 5. It's on KiToO LE, and everything's all teed up. So I think safe to say whoever wins this is going to have a lot of momentum going into game 6, which is by default going to be a match point here, given the score now. And let's find out who's spawning where. Red Zerg, upper left-hand side on KiToO LE. He was down 2-0, and now finds himself on a bit of a hot streak. Can he carry it further? Playing for Team Acer, guys. This is Bly. On the other hand, it's going to be the blue Zerg on the bottom right. And, you know, he got off to a great start in 3 out of his 4 games. But in that third good start, couldn't really close it out. And let's see if he can hold his own here in game 5. So playing for Brawl Esports, guys, it is KiToO. So, I mean, it's easy for us to kind of sit in a position and say, he threw the game. And he did. I mean, he was ahead, KiToO, that is. He did, you know, sort of piss away the lead. But, you know, it's easy for us to say that as spectators. If, you know, you're actually KiToO and it's ironic, right? Because he's playing so passively because he's worried about throwing away the lead. But it ends up happening anyway. And you just kind of have to take it and move on. And one thing, you know, going for him is that, you know, he started 3 games very well. And, I mean, statistically speaking, based on this small sample size, it can very well happen again. And it's not likely, you know, for you to usually throw games away when you have a lead. So if KiToO can, you know, just kind of replicate his performances for the most part in these last several games, and, you know, odds are in his favor more than anything, despite, you know, how disappointing the previous game was for him. So that's kind of just the mentality you have to take going into game number 5 right now for KiToO. As far as Bly, of course, he's, you know, he's high in the sky right now. He was able to come back in game number 4, come back in this series in its entirety, and now he's now it's a best of 3. And that, you know, given Bly's experience, his performance in other online cups, he has to, you know, just sort of fall back on that and think to himself, hey, you know, I got this. So both players do have some things to really think about as they are working on their strategies here. Speed started at the same time. Everything seems to be very similar once again on both ends. Both players having expanded. And last game early on, it was the Temple Bane. That's not going to be the case here, but we'll see if both players do choose to engage into that. Because, of course, it takes 2 to have a Ling Bane battle. Because one guy can always decide, I'm going to go on a Roach. Like KiToO did on Infestation. You know, what's that map called again? Infernal Pools. There we go. Nobody likes that map. I don't have that. I have that map vetoed, and I'm sure a lot of you do. And it's nice to forget about it. But as a caster, I do see that map a lot. So I guess both these players got that out of the way, right? So on KiToO LE, a much more standard type of map. It's a 2-player map, a lot smaller than, you know, some of the last maps we had earlier, Cactus Valley and whatnot. So let's see if that comes into play. Map design. Overlord taken out by that Queen of Bly. KiToO trying to, you know, do an eye for an eye here, but this Overlord is looking like it's going to be able to get out of the... Yeah, and of course KiToO doesn't want to wander too far from base. So, yep, Overlord just slowly floating away. And there's a lot of Lings in production. 18 Lings right here coming from KiToO, as Bly right now choosing instead to go into Lair. So Bly wants to go into super fast Muta. KiToO, on the other hand, trying to punish Bly for it. Let's see if that can happen. Right now, Bly is going to start making some Lings, knows that he is facing a Ling attack. Is it going to come in time? Because right now, I think it's safe to say that 32 Lings of KiToO versus 30, what is it? 11 of Bly? Yeah, that's That's usually a number that favors the person who has more, right? It's kind of how numbers work, I guess. So KiToO right now, for now, is going to just sit back and attack these rocks as he's waiting for the banelings to finish. Oh my gosh, Bly venturing a little too close for comfort. That's how it always is with Zerg. Everything's too close for comfort. Bly now is looking to counter with his lings instead of defending at home. He's going to leave some Banes at home. Okay, so if KiToO rushes up the ramp, he's going to lose a lot of stuff, right? At the same time, Bly is at a counter because he wants to buy himself time. So look what it's done here. KiToO has had to move his entire army back home because he wants to prevent the counter. And that will give Bly exactly what he needs here to just, get out enough defenses. And look at that. Bly now just going to get some more queens out to the front, morphing some additional Banes on top. He's getting a Spire right now, too. So the clock really is ticking for KiToO right now. As he's sending these Banes up the ramp, the queens are blocking 2 of them from doing much. The Banes from KiToO haven't done much, but he has a lot of lings in here. So this is his time and his opportunity to get the damage he needs, because the Spire is being built here for Bly, and if he gets it done, he's going to have the upper hand, but I don't know if it's going to get to that. There's a lot of blue in here right now, and these lings are going to start to unload on these drones. One of the Banes gets a good chunk, and GG. KiToO going for the going for the throat here in game number 5, and he got it. Twilight style, guys. Maybe not quite Twilight style, but maybe more like, can't think of anything right now, but huge ling attack there from KiToO. Overpowered Bly. Bly going for an extremely greedy style opener straight into mutas, and as great as his response was, given the dire situation and sending that little small counterattack to buy himself some time, it wasn't enough. I mean, Bly had already invested so much into the Spire and everything that he didn't have what he needed to get out enough lings to defend. So KiToO, man, nice quick victory to rebound from the letdown in game number 4, and now he is in match point, guys. We're moving into game number 6 very shortly, and it is an opportunity here for Brawl Esports to really shine with their one of their top players in a winning position. So let's see what map number 6 is going to be. It is okay, there it was. Iron Fortress. So Iron Fortress 4-player map, nice and big, and we should be loading that up really soon. All right, so as we're getting into the lobby again, please follow here at RSL SC2 on Twitch to help support this event, and the great guys at Rival Gaming for putting this all together. And there is going to be a season 3, as far as I know, and it is open to the public. So there's a lot of benefits from following, right? You know when you can watch it, you know when you can participate in it as well. I mean, all these guys work their way up from the qualifiers. Usually the way things